Hello and welcome to Markets View at Deven Choksey, the daily market podcast where we decode the Indian financial markets. To start with GIFT Nifty, this morning GIFT Nifty is trading flat, indicating a muted start for the Indian markets. Similarly, the Asian markets are also mixed in early trade this morning as Hang Seng is flat and Nikkei is trading with a downtrend of around 0.3%. The US futures are marginally higher after cash market ended largely in the green. US markets ended flat, where S&P 500 was seen less than 0.5% away from its record high. The US 10-year yield slightly is trading higher as at 3.8% as investors consider economic outlook. Talking about the European markets ended with cuts in the yesterday afternoon trade, where FTSE was flat and DAX was down around 0.2%. And last, have a look at the bullion market and the energy pack. The crude is slumping and is trading with a downtrend of around 3%, where Brent is at $77 a barrel as Red Sea shipping disruption eases. The gold is easing after hitting 3-week high as dollar and US yields rise. So clearly this is how the global setup looks like, where we do see that the GIFT Nifty is trading flat, the Asian markets are mixed in the early trade, and the US markets also ended flat. Let us take a look at the trade setup for today, it being the last trading session of this week, the Friday session. Taking the cues from the yesterday's close, the market did hit a fresh record high in the yesterday's session, the expiry day for December futures and options contracts, and continued uptrend for 5 days in a row with strong volumes. Hence, there are chances that the ongoing momentum, especially which is seen after the recent consolidation breakout, will sustain in the coming days, with the Nifty 50 aiming for a psychological 22,000 mark, while the 21,700 to 21,500 may act as a support zone at the beginning of the year January series. In addition, the index continued higher highs and higher lows formation 4 days in a row, with the gap up opening in the last 2 trading days, while the momentum indicator RSI did maintain positive bias. In yesterday's session, the Sensex jumped around 372 points to close at 72,410, while the Nifty 50 rose 124 points to close at 21,779 and formed a bullish candlestick pattern on the daily scale, indicating an uptrend continuation pattern. Positive chart patterns like higher tops and bottoms continued on the Nifty. As for the daily time frame chart, though Nifty placed at all-time highs, still there's no indication of any higher top reversal forming at the new highs. Having moved above the initial hurdle of 21,650 levels, the Nifty is expected to advance towards the next overhead resistance of 22,200 levels in the near term, which is near the 100% Fibonacci extension of major bottoms. Immediate support is at 21,550 levels. Taking a deep dive into the levels, 21,900 to 22,000 is an immediate hurdle, whereas the immediate support shifted higher towards Thursday's bullish gap around 21,675, and 21,500 to 21,480 is seen as the strong support zones in fact. Meanwhile, considering around 3,000 points move in just 2 months, traders should secure some profit at higher levels and end the year on a positive note. Talking about the broader markets also performed in line with benchmark as the Nifty mid-cap and small-cap indices gained around 0.6% and 0.8% respectively, while the India VIX retreated a bit after a sharp jump in the previous 2 days, falling around 2.7% to the 15.14 level. So a relief coming in from India VIX, that is volatility again. So this is how the market setup looked like yesterday. Now let's take a look at the key support and resistance levels for both Nifty and Bank Nifty. For Nifty is likely to see immediate resistance at 21,800, followed by 21,829 and 21,876 levels, while on the lower side it can take support at 21,706, followed by 21,676 and 21,629 levels. Talking about Bank Nifty, in the yesterday's session, the Bank Nifty continued to support the benchmark indices, climbing 226 points to 48,509, and of course we did see a bullish candlestick pattern indicating over there as well. Buying was seen in selective banking stocks. Now it has to continue to hold above 48,200 levels to make an up move towards new life high of 49,000 and 49,500 zone. Whereas on the downside, support shifted higher at 48,200 and 48,000 levels. For Bank Nifty, it is expected to see resistance at 48,608 followed by 48,677 and 48,789 levels, while on the lower side it may take support at 48,384 followed by 48,315 and 48,203 levels. And hence, these are all the important support and resistance levels for Nifty, Bank Nifty for today's session. Let's take a look at the stocks in news. We start with Innova Captab as the pharmaceutical firm is set to debut on the bourses on 28th of December. The final issue price has been fixed at 448 rupees per share. Keep an eye on Saturn Credit Care Network as the microfinance institution has entered into a master agreement for the co-lending of loans to microfinance borrowers via a co-lending module in tranches with Karnataka Bank. The company will also act as the service provider and the collections monitoring will be managed by the company. Swan Energy, the company said the board has approved the raising of funds up to 4,000 crore through the issuance of equity shares or any other eligible securities. One needs to keep an eye on the Federal Bank stock as the Reserve Bank of India has given its approval to ICICI Prudential Asset Management Company for acquiring up to 9.95% of the paid-up share capital or voting rights of the Federal Bank. RBL Bank will be in focus as the Reserve Bank of India has given its approval to ICICI Prudential Asset Management Company and ICICI Prudential Life Insurance Company to acquire up to 9.95% of the paid-up share capital or voting rights in RBL Bank within 1 year, that is by December 26, 2024. And last but not the least, keep an eye on Tata Coffee as the composite scheme of arrangement amongst Tata Consumer Products, Tata Coffee and TCPL Beverage and Food will be effective from 1st January 2024. With the scheme becoming effective on January 1st, 2024, Tata Coffee will get dissolved without winding up, and accordingly, office of all directors and key managerial personnel of the company will stand vacated on the date without further course of action. So these are all the stock-specific action one needs to keep an eye on during the session today. Taking a look at the FIs and DIs data, the foreign institutional investors bought shares worth Rs 4,359 crore, while domestic institutional investors purchased shares worth Rs 137 crore on 28th of December. So all in all, this is how the trade setup for today's session looks like. With this, we come to the wrap of our market podcast for today. However, as we see that the market has witnessed a lot of action, be it global markets or domestic markets, but one needs to consider that irrespective of market conditions, because market conditions can be all positive or negative as well, and that's why we call it volatility. So irrespective of any volatility in the market conditions, research is the backbone of successful portfolio creation. Wealth creation is an art that we understand. We at Deven Choksey have our exclusive research services which are powerful and successful. To avail our exclusive research services, we invite you to join us. Just click on the link below and you're done. Fill in your basic details and our team will reach out to you. So don't wait any further and embark on a wealth building adventure together. Thank you and have a nice day.